My name is Rudy Norton from Jacksonville, Florida.
My name is Taffie Norton from Jacksonville, Florida.
We've been together 18 years? Yeah, 18 years. Well, our situation is a little different. We met in high school. We was girlfriend and boyfriend. I was 17,
I was 16.
16, 17. We ended up having our son 2004, but we were young, so we separated. We did a co-parenting thing all the way up till 2013. And in 2015, we ended up getting back together in a relationship and got engaged. What, 2017? Mm-hmm. 2017, we got married 2020, summer 2020. You want to hear my version or her version?
I want to hear the truth.
Okay, well, the truth is, I was negotiated. She stalked me.
He's not.
Yeah, man. That's the truth.
Okay.
I was that guy, and she used to follow me around and stalk me, and she seen me in the lunchroom, and my best friend and her were good friends. My like a brother to me. They were friends, and they was in the same grade. I was an upperclassman, and yeah, she called him over and said, "Well, who's your friend?" And he came to me and said, "Hey, man." I looked at her. I said, "Oh, okay. Yeah, go. What's up?" And that's how that went.
So, I didn't know this guy in high school. Never seen him a day in my life.
Yeah.
I was in the cafeteria, and our mutual friend came, and he was like, "My homeboy and holler at you." So I'm like, "Who?" He like, "Over there." I said, "All right, just give him my number." And he called. We started dating like after that. But before that, I didn't know him at all. Never seen him before.
We'll let y'all be the judge.
Y'all know who lying.
We'll let y'all be the judge.
So what you was doing at the school?
Going to school.
When you got there?
What do you mean when I got there? I don't understand the question.
You had just got there that week, right?
I've been going there for a while.
Whatever.
I was in and out of school, so I came back to that school and...
So I was there for 2 years. I had never seen him. He had just got there like that week. So it was impossible for me to stalk you or know who you were.
Yeah,
you was a new kid on the block and she was crushing on a new kid on the block. That's what you saying, Rudy?
There it is. As far as after the high school thing, we were young and going through like young tribulations, especially with me. And we had those problems and arguing and bickering and stuff. But she ended up getting pregnant with my son.
Oh, I was 18.
Yeah,
I was 18.
And it was her last year. She was pregnant, and it was rough being young. My first child, her first child, and after we had our first son, we still was young. I was trying to find myself. I was a little older, so I'm trying to figure my life out. She had already figured hers out, but sometimes
I'm making plans for us, our life and our future.
Yeah, and I was ready to party. I was ready to hang out and party. I wasn't studying no relationship or no family thing. So we actually got a little older and started with the drama. We started just being co-parents and, making it about our child, and that went on for 10 years. Moved on and had her situations. I had situations, and
So y'all have any rendezvous together during those teams?
as far as like what?
Y'all
little sneaky things.
Rendezvous.
Oh yeah, we always were around each other, per se. We always around each other. Like we'll hate each other for a month and we'll be the best of friends for the next 4 months. Then we'll hate each other again for 4 months, and that went on for like 10 years, just back and forth. So everybody pretty much knew about us that we was meant to be. It was gonna be us. It wasn't her, it was me. I take account. It was me. I just, I was young and I went to party. And I just went to hang out, and she wanted something that I wasn't ready for, so she wasn't finna wait on it. So she moved on by her life, and that's pretty much how that went. So I had to go do some time in the box or whatever, like 90 days. And and it was like, it was a whole new experience, it was crazy. So when I did get my letters, I would get them from her, and they had the good smelling perfume and all that stuff, man. I'm talking about if I wrote a letter, I probably wouldn't get it for like a month. that's how, and was no phones or nothing. That's how it was. So as I write the letter, when she would write back, we would correspond. And at this present time, she was pregnant with the guy she was with, because she was in a relationship. And something happened with her situation, which she can, I guess, explain to y'all or whatever. And amongst that, I had a situation. We went to talking about just getting back together. I wrote her, say, well, man, how you felt like getting back together? Like, and I would speak my piece on the stuff I did wrong to her in the past. And she recognized it, and she seen it came from a genuine place. And I wasn't on nothing like, oh, I want to get a relationship because I don't have nothing going on. I really was genuinely had time to think and just reevaluate what's going on in my life. And I said, well, you know what, man, maybe it's time for me to change up the stuff I was doing in the past. So I didn't think she was gonna do it. Like, babe, we're gonna get back together. And she'll, no. You know what I'm saying? She'll just shut it down. Like, ain't no talking about it. She liked where we was at. She would not give me another chance, which I respected it. She probably already knew I wasn't ready. So just present time, when I'm saying this stuff in the letters, when I got letter back, she wrote and she was like, she was cool with it. She wanted to try it out. That was like one of the happiest days of my life. Like, dang, she really want to give me another chance. I was there when I didn't have nothing. She held me down. I was able to become the man and start doing what I needed to do for the household. It was also brand new for me because I had a newborn baby who wasn't from me, but by me being there, he's mine. We've been through a lot, like bad and good, before all of this. So I guess we was trained to kind of deal with the second part of us.
But my situation I had, it was already like really shaky. So me and Rudy have always been close. When Rudy left, it kind of like took a piece of me away. Like I just felt like lonely, even though I still had my situation. I just felt, when he left, I just felt like lonely. So I started thinking, and actually started praying, like, you know, am I supposed to be with Rudy? And like, I never said anything to Rudy, but he eventually sent the letter, like, you know, you think we should be together? So I was like, well, is this God trying to tell me this is what, you know, I've been asking him about? And so I said, yeah, I gave it a shot. I sent him a letter back and was like, yeah, let's do it. But after I sent the letter, I kind of got scared. And I was like, I hope the letter come back. Maybe he won't get it. Because I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for this, you know, with Rudy, because we done been through so much. But the letter didn't come back. It went through. He came home. We worked through everything. I mean, it just turned out good. But when we got married, I panicked because I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know what to do. If we get in an argument, I like to leave. Can I still do that? Can I tell him, bump you? I don't care what you're talking about. Like, I don't know what to say to him no more when we argue. Like, I don't know what to do. So I didn't know how to be a wife. I panicked. Growing up, even in my 20s, I wasn't thinking about marriage. I really didn't want to get married. I didn't care for it. I didn't understand it like I do now, but I didn't really care for it. So when Rudy proposed, I was really shocked. And actually, I didn't make any movements for like a couple months because I didn't know like what this was really about. So I eventually got with the program, started planning the parties and things for the engagement, and they started getting excited. And I'm like, well, maybe we could do this. As far as marriage counseling, like just how I didn't really care for marriage. I didn't care for marriage counseling. I didn't know that we would need it. You know, we used to kind of trying to work everything out on our own without bringing people in our business. So that's what I thought about it.
Okay, well, so I had both my parents, they was married. My whole childhood life and everything. My pops died when I was in high school, but he did, like I say, I grew up in a marriage house. And my whole thing was I took it as if I was getting married, it would be something that I'm gonna take serious, and I wouldn't want to get married if I knew I was gonna not really do what I needed to do. Even though you really don't know until you actually get married. So I wasn't trained for marriage, but I wasn't opposed to it. As far as marriage counseling, I really wasn't too comfortable with it because I don't like putting people in my business. I was always taught like what goes on in your house should stay in your house and y'all should handle it as a family. But I see now like a lot of times you need a third party to talk to, because if me and her are just talking, she's going to try and give her side, I'm going to try and make my side the truth, and it's not going to ever come to a agreement because it's just me and her instead of having a mediator. But I wasn't with putting people in my business. But I think by me being familiar with the person who did it kind of with Jar and everything, I kind of like, well, yeah, let's do it, you know. But I don't know if I would have been as per se open to it if it was a stranger. Because we had a situation even before, so we had a person we were going to go do counseling before, and they went to do it through Zoom, which was, I understood the situation because of COVID, but it was kind of weird to me because I don't want to tell my business through no phone. I want to meet a person in person and have that actual, I want to feel somebody before I just shell out my closet, you know, because there might be somebody, I might feel a vibe like, I ain't feeling this person, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't opposed to it. I just was really kind of shaky.
After we got engaged, it was like all kind of things started happening, started messing up our relationship, all kind of people. It started getting bad. So 2 months after we got engaged, it was a situation where I found out Rudy cheated. And after that, it's like nothing was good anymore. Nothing could get back good. But we were engaged at this time, and over the next 2.5 years, things just kept happening. Me personally, I feel like there's a breaking point for some women. That wasn't a breaking point for me. I felt like we could work through that. From when I talked to him in the explanation he gave me, I didn't get that this is something like an affair or something that's going on constantly. So that wasn't the type of situation that I got from what he told me. So I feel like we could work through it because it was kind of like a bachelor type of thing. You know, it wasn't like an affair, you know, with one woman, and it's been ongoing. So I feel like we could work through that. What ended up happening was I didn't trust him anymore, but he still wanted to keep moving how he was moving after the incident. He wanted to continue to go out with the same guys he was with. He didn't want me to talk about how I felt about the situation, because I guess once he said sorry, it was supposed to be over. But I still didn't have any closure. I still felt like hurt. And then the fact that you're still hanging out, going to clubs and things like that, it bothered me. So I guess he felt like I was trying to control him. So we weren't getting any resolution. The whole year, it was kind of like that, up and down, up and down, up and down. And so until the next year, 2018, same thing. Rudy, I ended up leaving my job that 2019. And that January, I ended up leaving in December. January came, and I don't know, I guess Rudy got frustrated with me, or he just felt like I needed to be on somebody's job or something. He was belittling me and, you know, talking down on me, treating me really mean, saying a lot of harsh things to me. And I ended up going through one of his phones, and I found some text messages from a girl saying that she missed him and all this stuff. So I'm putting things in my brain, putting things together like, okay, you're treating me this way. You got this other girl. Like, why am I here? You know, what do you want from me? Why do you know what I'm saying? what am I here for? And so that started off the 2020 year, me feeling like that.
It's kind of complicated because, like, especially I come from a different background with how my lifestyle is, if per se. So, like I said, I've never been in a relationship. I always, since we had our child, I always was able to move how I wanted to move. And me saying it's not necessarily anything sexual or with infidelity. It's just, I like to move how I want to move. Like if I want to go somewhere, I want to be able to go. That's just my personality. So it's more of me not taking in consideration other people's feelings. And I do have a problem with liking attention from the opposite sex. Once again, it might not be nothing per se sexual. It's just the attention of it. You know, instead of me shunning the attention, I open it with open arms. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I was going into a situation where if she ain't knowing about it, why not let it happen? Type stuff. And which leads to other things. But no, I never in our relationship had a estranged second family or another child on her. You know what I'm saying? It never got that type of far. But I did put myself in situations that had me doing stuff I didn't need to do because I had a fiance and eventually a wife. You know, I was very mature, and just put myself in, like I say, in places that I probably shouldn't have been in. That would, knowing me, if I'm in this place and the attention comes to me, I'm not gonna say, well, I know my weaknesses, know my strengths, and that was one of my weaknesses to, like I say, attention from the opposite sex. So that was a big issue. I wasn't taking in consideration of her feelings if she did find out these things, which she always do, you know. And then I look at like, you know what? I done got myself in a situation where it ain't nothing really finna happen with this. So why am I even entertaining this situation knowing nothing's gonna come from it? And then she does find out about it. Now I got a whole door out in the open, you know, and hurt her. When she's saying this thing about the job incident, when I talk to somebody, I talk stern. And I'm not thinking of maybe she doesn't reciprocate what I'm saying in the right kind of way. So I may say something to her that she's not knowing that I'm really trying to speak to her, like to help you out, but it's coming out like I'm attacking you. So I would say stuff like, look, she had wanted to venture out into her own business, which I greatly supported. She wanted me to help her pay for the school. I did that. And she got into the business, but you know, and when you start a business, it has to have time to grow. And I sat back and I watched what it was doing, and it stalled for a moment, and she left her for a sure job, the money she was making, you know. And I was just sitting back like, well, I don't see no tread coming from this, and I just at the time didn't feel like, I felt like she could do a lot more to possibly grow the business, and I said it to her in the wrong aspect. You know, it came out wrong. So she took it that I was attacking her. But in actuality, I was trying to say, well, okay, well, if the business has stalled out, maybe we should try this or try that. But I'm saying it aggressively. And she took it, you know, sideways. So, and I get it. But I wasn't coming from no ill intent when I was telling her about, you know, how I thought it should be done. I am a social person. You know, I think I'm always will be. I like going places, you know. She likes going places, but she also likes being in the house. And we know a lot of people, you know. You understand? Like, I don't throw parties or nothing, but I do go places. And a lot of times, she would rather me be more with her and not in these places. Or per se, if we do go somewhere, well, that's how I took it. Which is not but true, but I took it that way, you know. And if we do go somewhere, it may be a situation where if she's there, I'll move around, like talking to people, and she may just be left there.
With him going places, I had the issue because I couldn't come. If I asked to come, I can't. Why can't I come? That's what my issue was. I don't mind him going anywhere. So that's what the issue was with that. It was always, I can't come.
Why couldn't you go?
I don't know.
It wasn't an always, so see, it wasn't an always situation. To which, once I seen that was a problem, I changed that up and then
No, you
something.
didn't.
So this what it was. We always go places. Anybody
No,
know
we
us?
don't.
Know we go a lot
We
of places
go
together.
on trips out of the country together. Anywhere in the city,
We go.
I
places.
can't go.
No, that's not true. Cause you're saying you can't. You're making the people think that you never can go nowhere. We go places.
I can never go anywhere.
She all go if. So you have to speak to somebody who know it.
I have to literally.
So what she's saying is, okay, if, and which is cool, in which I had to understand, I had to learn this. So if I have, like, per se, pretty much anybody that I'm around, everybody's pretty much married in a relationship. Ain't nobody really single I'm hanging
That
around.
don't got nothing to do with anything.
So what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. If us fellas are hanging out, like we going to ride jet skis or something, she wants to be, I'm like, well, babe, ain't nobody else got they spouse with them. So you're going to be the only one there amongst all us guys hanging out. To which
Understandable.
she didn't at the time, because we got through all this, but this is something we had to learn. So at this present time, before I'm learning it and before she's learning it, it's almost like she feel like I don't want her going nowhere. So once we went to counseling and she explained this, I'm listening to it. I said, okay, cool, because she felt like I was putting people before her, and I wasn't. That wasn't my intention, but I understood where she was coming from. I had to learn. So then I started taking her places, to which, okay, no matter if she wants to go, come on. You know what I'm saying? Now when I take her places, now she's there. Now if I'm not giving her my undivided attention, it was something that you brought up in counseling. Now they're witnesses now.
It was one time. You just left me there and I went and found you.
Not
You
leaving. We
just
all-
leaning on the wall
okay,
on his
so-
cell phone. Just left me somewhere. You weren't
Okay, so it's not like
leaving.
we're around people who we don't know. We know
I didn't know no one at that party you
What
left
party
me
we
at.
talking about?
Jam party. That party Jam you had told me to come to.
Oh, I see. You never brought that up though.
I did. I left
And
the
that-
party. I left the party.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember I left?
Have you ever heard this situation? Like, see, I'm not trying to bring y'all to it, but
No.
have y'all ever heard that situation?
Didn't I
That's
tell y'all he
I know
was
she's.
leaving me?
I know what she's saying, but she never actually
I
brought
just
that.
never told y'all names.
No,
of
you're
the
right.
party.
Okay, now see, that's something
That's
that you.
the only-
But I
that's-
never did my first time hearing that. You're right. You probably got peeled off a little
This your
bit,
first time hearing
but
the-
it's not
That's your
intentional.
first time hearing the name of the party.
Yeah, you gotta tell me that because
anyways.
okay, so what I'm saying is a lot of things I do is not intentional. Like I'm not intentionally going to a party to leave her. Why would I want to do that? That's not intentional.
No, I don't think you did that intentionally.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna do
You
that.
did it.
I understand that. True enough, I did do. I own up to it, but it wasn't intentional. You know what I'm saying? When we came, we was in a very bad space, and we weren't even like 4 months in. 2 months in the marriage, give or take 2 or 3. It was very early, but it was stuff that was carried on from what happened in the past. It wasn't nothing that happened after the wedding right then. It was stuff that was happened prior to the wedding that it just was, the baggage was came into the marriage. So we was in a bad space, and I wasn't expecting the route that Jared took, because I'm thinking there's gonna be a person here to open up a can of worms, and we're gonna be going back and forth and bickering, and then they're gonna take somebody's side, and somebody's gonna leave feeling like this person took their side, and whether it was me or whether it was her, but it wasn't like that. Jared came with a situation where it was a couples counseling, and we pretty much got to really know each other past first. He gave us homework, and we kind of opened up our can of worms without even knowing it. Like, he had a situation where we would speak about stuff that was going on without him even asking the questions. And eventually, we're like, okay, we're talking about the situation without even, unbeknownst to us. So I kind of liked that take of it. It was very comfortable, and eventually you end up fixing something without even knowing it.
I came into counseling thinking I'm finna bash Rudy. I'm finna get all my problems out. I'm finna tell him everything that's wrong with him, everything that's bothering me. I'm just finna let it all out. And they gonna pick my side.
Yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't able to. They didn't let me do that. They was gonna see how bad Rudy was, and I was gonna feel better. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But it wasn't like this. Very professional. We talked about our past, like our childhood and everything, which I think needed to happen, because it was things that I didn't know that affected me as an adult that happened when I was a child. So it helped me realize why I did some of the things I said, some of the things I acted the way I acted. And eventually throughout the sessions, we actually, even though I didn't get the bachelor like I wanted to, we got everything settled in a conservative manner versus how I thought it was going to be. And it was effective for us. And it worked out great. Like it helped our relationship 100%. Before counseling, it was our communication was bad. We would try to communicate, but Rudy would see things how he saw it. I would see things how I saw it. It hardly ever came to a compromise. It was just bad. Like he was always on 10, I was always on 2. I'm calm, he going off, and it didn't. Our communication didn't mesh well.
Yeah.
See, I was speaking two totally different languages.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh, we're a lot better as far as communication and stuff. So our communication is 10 times better than what it was.
So that has been better, and he doesn't yell and go off the board anymore. You've been doing pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had a situation like that in a while. Well,
What situation?
besides that big situation we had a couple months ago. But
Y'all was able to work it out on your own.
Yeah, so
no, we had to go back to therapy.
I feel like if people are saying that they're in it for life, you're going to have issues.
Right.
Not saying you're going to intentionally plan for them, but stuff's going to come up. So I do believe with me going to counseling, I've learned how to communicate and how to handle situations a lot different. Because like I say, even though we've known each other for a long time, I've never, and even though after we did the second phase of us when I came home, I still, in my mind, never really knew how to, if she had problems, how to really just sit back and listen. Every time she would come with a problem, I'm like, oh, here we go again. I always took it as she just being insecure or just want to nag about something. Because a lot of times it'll be very small, but if it's small to me, it might not be small to her. So I wasn't trying to hear that. I'm like, man, all right, man. Yeah, okay. And I'll blow her off. And what will happen, she'll know she getting blown off and it'll stay there. Whatever she's feeling, it'll stay there and stay there and stay there. So what'll happen, something else will go on, and because of that hasn't been handled, now it's even double because she's still stuck on the other stuff that she was trying to talk to me about, and I wasn't trying to hear it. So then again, I'll blow it off, then finally I done blow it off so much stuff. Now is anger and an argument is not being handled as an adult, so we definitely got past that. Anything that she comes to me about, I sit back and say, okay, what's wrong, baby? You know what I'm saying? Because if I have any problems, she's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? She'll sit back and listen. So
Before counseling, our relationship was a 2.
I say about a 4 or 5.
You would say that.
This is the reason I say this. This is the reason I say this.
Fun.
See, you gotta understand, she's analytical too, so I don't know why she's not breaking it all the way down. These couple years that we had these serious problems, we still was going out. We went to so many places out the country, hanging out and vibing. And my whole thing is to be like, okay, we ain't too in bad shape. We done went to Jamaica and we done hung out. And you ain't bring all this problems when we
You're right.
Or we done went to the Bahamas all in Exuma. All these problems ain't. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
you
is,
just said all that
still
stuff
was good.
Piled up. That stuff still in there.
True enough.
And I still feel that.
All in Houston to Beyonce. We don't win a lot. I know you see that. That's what I'm getting at. Hey.
So hey.
It wasn't that, man. Because if it was that, you would have turned that down. I don't want to go fly. I'm mad about this. We need to figure this out first before we go do that.
Nah,
but
so I'm like, I got a problem. He's like, okay, let's go to Jamaica next week. I'm like, okay, let's book the trip. But I still got a problem. When we get back, it's on.
Yeah.
So just because we're on those trips don't mean everything.
So what I'm saying is, let's say a 4. Let's not say a 2. Like a 2, we ain't never been.
Oh,
we've never been.
1 foot out the door. It was a 2.
Respect.
It was bad for me.
That's respect. I have to respect that.
Okay. So after counseling, after therapy, after counseling, like today, I would say we're at like a 9.
Yeah, I don't think nobody will be a 10. I think 10 is fake because people are gonna have problems. So we'll say a 9.
Well, how you feel inside? You feel like a 10 or you feel like?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. Like that's what I was saying. I never ever been unhappy in my relationship. You know, if I'm unhappy, and that's what. It's not even that. Yeah. Cause we had other issues besides infidelities. We had financial issues at one time. We had trust issues at one time. You know, we had issues about, like I said, I still had to come in with a child that wasn't mine, that I made mine. We had a situation about her and that person who was in her. We had all kind of other issues that come with the territory that would make my trust kind of be shaky. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just didn't know that. I used to always hear people say, when you're married, whatever you knew in the past, that's dead. You know, I never really understood it till I got married. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? We're gonna be different. We done known each other for 15 some odd years. We done been through some real horrible stuff, good stuff. So I'm thinking, what else could we really possibly go through that would damage our marriage? To which, now I see when you get married, that woman is a totally different, you know, and by it being me, it's kind of like, you know what, man, I don't know about this. It's because I was, like I say, I do want to move a certain way. I don't like being have to told. I have an authority problem. I can admit to that. But with that being said, I need to stop taking it. When she comes at me, I need to stop taking it as, okay, she's trying to control me, and maybe just listen to her and see what's going on. I try and tell her, hey, man, this is the route to go. You know, everybody's situation different. People have problems. I don't want to just, I want people just to find out for themselves, because I don't want to be like I'm trying to make a sales pitch to nobody. I just say, hey, look, man.
Oh, I make a sales pitch because you can't figure it out on your own. And you know, like, people like to say it's no handbook to life. It ain't no handbook to parenting, but it kind of is. It's a way that you communicate with your spouse. It's a way that you know, the feelings. It's feelings that you got to have for your spouse. You can't just handle stuff how you've been handling it for the past 10 years and think that's okay, because it's not. You have to understand them. You have to listen to them. Listen to understand, not just listen. You have to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how far you can go with them, the things that they can take. So it kind of is like a handbook to it. So I tell everybody, y'all need to go. You know what I'm saying? At least try 4 sessions.
We did the after counsel. We didn't go to counsel before we got married, though.
So y'all skipped the pre-marriage.
Oh yeah, we skipped that.
Well, we were trying. It was COVID.
Nah, we skipped that. We felt like we knew each other.
No, we didn't.
It didn't even come to play to do a counseling session before marriage. That John can't come to play. We ain't studied that.
Remember we were looking?
No.
You was looking.
I was looking.
It didn't come to my table. It wasn't put on my table that we need to do it. Now, after marriage, it was put on my table. Hey, look here, we need to do some counseling. And I said, yeah, we might need to do some counseling.
It's the way we love. With patience, listening, focus. It's the way we love. It's the way we love. With surprises, check-ins, and sacrifices.